The garden's fuzzy helpers. In the middle of a bright, sun-drenched garden, Elara sat among the daisies. Suddenly, a low humming sound vibrated through the air. A tiny golden shape zigzagged toward her. Elara froze, her heart thumping like a little drum. To her, that buzz sounded like a tiny warning.
Oh, hello there. Wow, you're so busy today. I love watching you all. It's a perfect day.
But the bee, whose name was Melitta, wasn't looking for a fight. She had a very important job to do. Melitta hovered just a few inches away, her iridescent wings moving so fast they were a blur. She did a little loop-de-loop as if to say, "Don't be afraid, I'm just a gardener with wings." Elara watched as Melitta landed on a giant red tulip. Instead of stinging, the bee wiggled her fuzzy body deep into the petals. She was drinking sweet nectar, the fuel she needed to keep her tiny engine running. She looked more like a flying teddy bear than a scary monster. "What are you doing, little bee?" Elara whispered, leaning in just a bit closer. Melitta popped her head out of the flower, her face dusted with bright yellow powder. This was pollen, the magical dust of the garden. Melitta didn't mind the mess. In fact, she was covered in it from head to toe.
Wow, a bee. Are you friendly? Of course. Want to fly with me? Yes, let's go.
Melitta flew to a neighboring flower and shook her legs. As she moved, the yellow pollen fell onto the new blossom. This was the bee's secret gift. By carrying dust from one flower to another, she was helping the plants create seeds and grow strong. Elara followed Melitta to the edge of the garden where the apple trees grew. The branches were heavy with white blossoms. Melitta visited every single one, dancing from branch to branch. "Without me," Melitta seemed to hum, "these flowers would never turn into the crunchy snacks you love."
Look, a ladybug. Hello, little friend. This orchard is so beautiful. La la la, what a magical day. I love it here.
Elara looked at a small green bump starting to form where a flower had been just a week ago. She realized that the bee was a builder. Melitta was building the apples, the strawberries, and the pumpkins. The garden wasn't just a place to play, it was a food factory run by fuzzy pilots. As the sun began to set, Melitta's saddlebags, the little pockets on her legs, were full of pollen. It was time to go home. She flew toward a large golden hive hanging from an oak tree. Inside, hundreds of her sisters were waiting to turn that nectar into sweet golden honey.
Wow, what a beautiful day in our hive!
Hello! The honey is perfect today. It looks delicious. Keep up the grave stronger. Fly safe.
That evening, Elara sat at the kitchen table. She looked at the jar of honey sitting next to her toast. She thought of Melitta's fuzzy legs and the way she danced through the tulips. The honey wasn't just sweet, it was a thank you note from the bees to the earth.
This honey looks so yummy.
The next morning, Elara went back to the garden. When she heard a familiar hum, she didn't hide. She stayed very still and smiled as Melitta flew past her ear. As the moon began to rise and the flowers tucked their petals in for the night, Elara blew a soft kiss toward the golden hive. "Sleep well, my fuzzy heroes," she whispered to the stars.
Hello, magical garden. What a beautiful night. Look at all the twinkling lights. Good night, moon and stars.
Goodbye for now. Sleep tight and sweet dreams to every little gardener everywhere.